Hi, my name is Buzzy Barton, and I'm about to do something I really don't enjoy doing. Talk about myself, but here goes. I was born at the old Lynn Hospital, and I lived in Lynn my entire life. I grew up on Fayette Street and moved to Chestnut Street when I was 11. I currently live on Brook Street and went to Ingle Elementary School, Easton Junior High School, and Lynn English. I have held a variety of public service positions over the last 40 years, including 28 years as a firefighter. I was proud to be named Firefighter of the Year in 1990 and Union Man of the Year in 91. I served on the executive board of the Lynn Firefighters Local 739 for 22 years, including 4 years as president. I was elected to the Lynn Retirement Board in 2004, and I continued to serve on the board. I have served on the Lynn Park Commission and EDIC Board of Directors. I also coached both girls and boys basketball at Lynn English. I first ran for Councilor At-Large in 2011 because I wanted to continue my record of public service while taking on new challenges. Sitting on different boards over the years, I thought I would like to serve the city as a councilor someday. I started giving it serious thought when I retired as a firefighter. I am very grateful to the people of Lynn who elected me to the council in 2011 and re-elected me 3 times since. I pride myself on being a councilor who is accessible and responsive to everyone who reaches out to me. I make decisions with the best interests of all residents of the city in mind. With me, it's all about relationship with residents, my fellow council, and other public officials. I am proud of the work that I have done in almost 8 years on the City Council. I'm also proud of the way councils have worked together in a spirit of cooperation. We may not always agree on every issue, but when we disagree, we do it in a civil and respectful way. The issues that are important to you are the ones that are important to me. As a former firefighter and chairman of public safety, I understand how critical this issue is. Even though we face difficult times, we still are able to increase the number of police and officers and firefighters who serve our city and continue to run a successful community policing program. Important to us, improvements to our city can only be accomplished with more revenue. By working with my fellow councilors, mayor, and state delegation, we were finally able to see the former Beacon Chevrolet site being developed into a multi-million-dollar development that will bring much-needed tax revenue and housing units to the city. Other development projects across Lynn that I have supported will also bring new taxes, housing units. As your councilor, I will continue to advocate for the taxpayers and those who are in need of quality housing. We know that if people feel safe and children receive a good education, people will want to live here. If we continue to make it easy for businesses to be successful, they will want to locate here. That means more employment opportunities for residents and a stronger commercial tax base, which benefits residential taxpayers. As Vice President of the City Council, I have been able to work side by side with the Council President, councilors, and the mayor to bring about long-needed changes. Our art and cultural district and downtown areas are more viable than they have been in years. Many of our parks and playgrounds, including the Commons, have seen millions of dollars in investments. The new LED street lights have brightened up our streets in neighborhoods, making it safer for residents, motorists, and pedestrians. There are many reasons I love the job of Councilor At-Large, but at the top of that list is the opportunity it gives me to meet and interact with people I have known for many years, and others I have never met. I think those who know me will agree I am a people's person. I feel much more comfortable speaking with someone in person or on the phone than through a computer keyboard. That will come as no surprise to many of you. I am anxious to continue working for you on the City Council, and I respectfully ask for one of your 4 votes for Councilor At-Large. Thank you, Lynn Community TV, for providing me this opportunity to speak. Thank you.
My name is Jose Manuel Encarnacion. I am respectfully asking for your support in the primary election on September 3rd and final election on November 5th, 2019 for Lynn City Council at large. I have been a resident of this great city since 1983. My family owns Rincon Macorizano, a well-known restaurant in the heart of downtown that has been in business for more than 2 decades. The Encarnacion family also owns Palace Auto Music on Excess Street and Oasis Beauty Supply, which will be opening soon on Union Street. We firmly believe in small business and their contribution to the city economic growth. I worked in public service for nearly 20 years. For more than 3 decades, my family has lived, worked, and contributed to our city's growth and prosperity. Even during the city's tough economic times, we have remained loyal and dedicated to its promise. I am running because I am committed to our city, its residents, and making local government work better for everyone. I have learned that nothing comes easy, but through hard work, dedication, and understanding that working together, all things are possible. It is that can-do attitude, creativity, and practical work experience that I will bring to my service on the council, making Lynn a better place to live, work, and raise our children. Our city is facing an affordable housing crisis. Therefore, I believe we should work together to discuss and find solutions on that issue. To help with that situation, I am in favor of cutting property taxes for homeowners. I also believe that the city should implement an inclusionary zoning provision, which would require developers to provide affordable housing apartments to low-income families. The future of our city is very important. Over the years, I have seen how, for some residents, the opportunity for success are limited. Many of them are concerned about neighborhood safety, our schools' conditions, and the support for small businesses. They think, and I agree, that for the city to move forward, these factors must be addressed. The greatness of Lynn should not be limited to the excitement and growth of a single word. Instead, it should spread like wildfire across the entire city. This is our home, the city I love, that has given me so much. Therefore, I am committed to use my knowledge and experience to help Lynn regain the status of a city of opportunity for all. As a member of our Lynn City Council, I will persistently focus on economic growth, education, government transparency, public safety, and infrastructure. With your help and support, I will ensure that Lynn continues to be a great place for all its residents. I will work consistently with other elected officials, community organizations, and regular residents who are interested in finding solutions to the issues facing our city. Help me help you. Vote September 3rd and November 5th. Con su ayuda y apoyo, le puedo asegurar que Lynn continuará siendo un excelente lugar para todos sus residentes. Trabajaré arduamente con otros oficiales electos, organizaciones comunitarias y religiosas, y con todos los residentes que estén interesados para encontrar soluciones a los tópicos que enfrenta nuestra ciudad. Ayúdame a ayudarte. Vota septiembre 3 y noviembre 5. Together we can. Juntos podemos.
First, I want to thank Lynn Community Television for having me on today and for this opportunity to be in front of the voters of Lynn. I want to say thank you because what I have carved out in my first 2 terms as Councilor At-Large, 3 themes. Some of my strengths, I think, include that you may know me as a friend, you may know me as a fighter, you certainly know me as a doer. I like to get things done on behalf of folks who reach out and make Lynn a better place to live and make sure that it gets to new heights. And with our work, and hopefully, if I can get a 3rd term on the City Council, we can continue the progress that we've made. I can't do it without my family, my wife Kelly and my 2 sons. They have been such supporters of mine to allow me to have this work-life balance of always being accessible to my residents and voters and the Lynn citizens. And really, work-life balance is key. You can always find me. I'm very accessible on social media, and you can always reach out, and I pride myself on getting back to everyone who reaches out to me. Our council this year is very strong this past couple of years that we've worked together. Under Council President Sear's leadership, we get along. We work well together. We work well with the mayor. We, as at-large colleagues, work even better. We're a team. Councilor Barton, Councilor Field, Councilor Net, myself. We are very well respected, and we respect each other's work, and we have no egos around City Hall. We just want to make sure that we're getting the job done for you. Some of the accomplishments that I was able to do along with my council colleagues, first off, with Councilor Starbird's help as he chairs the Public Property Committee, we put over $1 million back on the Lynn tax rolls, an incredible accomplishment. We also approved vital and detrimental repairs to help schools like the Hood School on Oakwood Avenue and Lynn Tech on Neptune Boulevard. We're going to have those schools in repair with a new roof and new windows, all part of a grant and a bond. Approved 6 of 8 recreational marijuana facilities so far. That's going to result in local increase of tax revenues for the City of Lynn. We've also consolidated the tax collector and the treasurer's office at City Hall in order to save taxpayer money as well. So they're high functioning now at a savings to the taxpayer. We were able to restructure department head salaries as well. In tough times, we have to tighten up our belts fiscally, and we're able to do that with savings of the city revenue doing that as well. We held landlords accountable through ordinance for tenant noise violations that may occur in neighborhoods. We were also successful in raising awareness around a litter contest that took place this spring in all of the Lynn elementary schools. This raised awareness on littering and forced businesses as well to keep their properties well kept and well maintained along the Boston Street and other downtown major business corridors. We always, as we normally do in the last budget cycle, we also approved the lowest residential tax rate permitted by state law. And this was a great event, held New Year's Eve last year. We approved Lynn's first night to be held down on Mount Vernon Street with ice sculptures and music and a countdown before midnight. It was a great event that I attended. We passed the strongest wage theft ordinance as well in the Commonwealth. So Lynn workers will not feel violated during the if they're victimized by the underground economy. They have an outlet, which is City Hall. We've converted all the city-owned streetlights to LED lighting, which will eventually reduce the city's electrical costs. We've approved a $4 million bond to fix up numerous parks and playgrounds throughout the city, including most recently the Warren Street Playground and the Lynn Commons. We supported construction and new development along the waterfront, the former Beacon Hill Chevrolet site, ready to break ground this fall, Monroe Street in the downtown, and the Weston Avenue corridor. 24 new condo units were approved, and now those are being occupied. We hired through favorable grants more public safety personnel, like police and firefighters, and their rank and file, as well as DPW workers. As of this taping, hundreds of Lynn streets and sidewalks are being repaved and replaced, including key thoroughfares like Boston Street and Commercial Street. We reached a fair agreement this spring with city workers to maintain quality health insurance plans for active and retirees that preserved Harvard Pilgrim as our insurer and not the state's GIC plan that resulted also in city savings. We approved the hiring of Lynn's full-time CFO, Michael Bertino, who works closely with myself, the council, and of course the mayor and his team to pass a balanced budget, which I chair on the council, and Lynn, getting Lynn back on the right fiscal track after some challenging city budgets of both 2018 and 2019 that resulted in past deficits. I respectfully ask for one of your 4 votes for Councilor At-Large on primary day, Tuesday, September 3rd, and again on Election Day on Tuesday, November 5th. I want to thank you very much. It is an honor to serve as an elected official in the city I grew up in and now raising my family here, in a city I love so much. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing you on the campaign trail this fall.
Hi, this is your Councilor At-Large Hong Net. First, let me apologize for not able to meet everyone, although I very much would love to. However, my team and I are putting together this video in hoping that it will reach everyone. I first decided to run for public office in 2011 because of my strong desire to give back ever since I came to the United States when I was 15 years old. My wife Tara and I have been living in Lynn for over 20 years and raised both our children here, Anna 19 and William 17. My ongoing commitment to public service is reflected in my work as the Child Support Enforcement Specialist for the past 20 years with the Massachusetts Department of Revenue and the Lynn's Councilor At-Large for the past 8 years. This year, I am running for re-election for Councilor At-Large because I love Lynn. I am running for re-election because I want to continue to empower people to step up and get involved in the civil and political processes. My top priorities as Councilor At-Large is to work with all residents, the city's officials, my colleagues at the council, and the mayor to ensure the prosperity and safety of our city by advocating for adequate funding for public safety, business development, public education, and job creation. During my terms as Councilor At-Large, I have the honor of addressing a wide variety of individual concerns of residents throughout the city. I held multiple meetings with the police chief and fire chief on issues of safety that helped me be more aware of the tools they need to adequately perform their duties. I had brought businesses including restaurants, medical facility, and adult day healthcare to downtown Lynn and the Lynn Way. I held multiple meetings with charter and public schools on sharing curriculum to help students improve their SAT scores. I am proud to have worked with the YMCA, the law department, the mayor, and the council for a new 70,000 square foot YMCA building that is being built in Lynn. I also worked with developers to identify locations to build homes for young professionals as well as affordable housing for our seniors and veterans. To bring all communities together, I helped to organize an annual community fair to celebrate the Khmer New Year successfully for the past 9 years on the Lynn Commons, bringing several thousand participants. I helped to impose a trust fee on absentee landlords to generate additional revenues to pay for city services. I also helped to pass the nation's strongest wage theft ordinance in Lynn. In addition, I worked with the elections office to relocate voting stations throughout the city to make it more convenient for our voters. With your help in my next term, I will continue to advocate for funding for the safety of our residents and the men and women of our police and fire departments. Without public safety, there will be no businesses. Therefore, public safety and economic development go hand in hand. They are the lifelines of our city. I will work with the city officials and my colleagues at the council to advocate for funding to fund man-made breakers for the Lynn's waterfront to prevent extensive damages caused by high waves and storms. I also will work with everyone to advocate for funding to improve infrastructure such as additional pedestrian overpasses on the Lynnway to allow foot traffic to access the waterfront and the rest of the city, as well as to improve the marina and boardwalk. I will continue to work with the school administrator and school committee to find funding for the expansion of the robotics program to improve STEM to allow our students to advance themselves in order to excel in their high-skilled jobs. I believe that the government serves us best when the policies we make accurately represent the needs of our residents. As your Councilor at Large, I will continue to put politics aside and do the right things for our constituents. I humbly ask for one of your 4 votes on the primary election in September and the final election in November as Councilor at Large to allow me to continue working on your behalf. Thank you so much for watching.
First and foremost, I'd like to thank God for allowing me to be here. I also like to thank the staff and the entire team at the Lynn Community TV. And I am honored to be here. Let me just mention you guys are doing a phenomenal job with our community, and I'm really grateful to be here. My name is Lennon Pena, and I'm running for Councilor At-Large here in the great city of Lynn. I'm 47 years old. I've been to the Lynn public school system my whole life. I have children, and I have children that have attended and are currently in the school system. I currently work for the Lynn Water and Sewer Commission, and I volunteer at the Lynn YMCA, and I'm an employee too of the Lynn YMCA. I also coach Pop Warner football. So as a resident, as a parent, as a city employee, I share the same concerns as other residents do. One thing that concerns me is safety. Safety, that's the number 1 on my list, safety. We need to hire more police officers that reflect our community. We need to invest in more police officers, but we need to hire more people of color and women. Our roadways, traffic, we need to enforce more of that. Second of all, property taxes, de-escalating property taxes. Whew, tough subject, huh? We need to lower property taxes. We need to find additional resources of income. We need to invest in small businesses, invest in commercial property so we can bring more commercial revenue. We need to possibly extend and increase public service, public transportation. I like to advocate to extend the Blue Line to Central Square. That'll help more businesses, especially local businesses. Another thing that I like to advocate for is affordable housing and inclusionary zones. You know, with the new market rate development and the waterfront development that's happening, we need to bring affordable units. Because not only people of low income are being affected, but also middle class, hardworking people are being affected with today's market rate. In fact, I couldn't afford $2,000 of rent. You know, it's very tough, you know. Another thing I like to advocate is the opioid crisis that's going on. My mission is to bring information to parents and families that are struggling with this. You know, because not only are addicts affected, but families are the ones that are affected with this. And there's plenty of help and resources available. I just don't believe there's enough information. You know, we need to help people, and it starts with compassion. When people become statistics and numbers, we lose the human aspect of helping one another, and that starts with compassion. I'm a big believer in second chances. In fact, I'm a product of a second chance, and it starts with compassion. Honesty without compassion leads to brutality. We need to start helping people. You know, change doesn't come with wishful thinking. Change is a profound thinking in our thinking and our behavior. And change requires action. Change starts at the voting booth. You know, I like to bring a new energy, a new vibe, a new vision, a new hope. Out with the old, in with the new. So please, on November 5th, please vote for me, Lennon Pena. Thank you. Mi nombre es Lennon Pena. Tengo 47 años de edad. Tengo niños que estudian aquí en el sistema público de Lynn y yo he estudiado mi vida entera aquí en el sistema público de Lynn. Soy empleado de la ciudad de Lynn, de la Comisión de Agua. I'm employee of Lynn Water and Sewer Commission. Yo estoy corriendo como regidor porque tengo muchas preocupaciones. Los impuestos, el costo de vivir, la renta cara. Necesitamos más policía que reflejan la comunidad. Necesitamos cambio. Necesitamos invertir en comunicación con los residentes. Hay una falta de comunicación con el gobierno local que con los residentes, más los residentes hispanos. Necesitamos una representación latina. Hay que hacer cambios, por favor. Necesitamos una voz de todo el mundo y principalmente una voz latina. Por favor, el día 5 de noviembre, vote por mí. Mi nombre es Lennon Pena.